Namaste, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Phoenix here. I hope you all are doing amazing. I hope you all are taking care of yourselves, honoring yourself, can't even talk, valuely yourselves. Okay, I kind of had a message. Well, I don't know, kind of. I have a message from Spirit, okay? So, my dream was showing me like a huge money block has been relieved from you, okay? And so how this came in my dream, I used to work for the Board of Option Exchange. That's like stock exchange. And so the president of the company, his name was Mr. Hare. And so rabbits could be very significant to you all. And he was cool with me. He always be like, every time we had a bonus, he would make sure he give me my bonus. Like the other bosses would give the other people, employees, their bonus, but he would always call me up there to the top where he was. He would always say, come here. And he'll call my full name like a parent. And then he'd be, come up here. And I go up there and I'd be like, what is it? And then he'll be, yeah. Like he kind of had like that granddad energy. You know how grandparents slide you money type of energy? He'll slide me the money, like slide it to me. And so everybody else will be looking like, why she get special treatment? Like, but that's because he know that I worked hard for the position that I had. He understood that I took tutoring classes, and you know, the way that I learned the work, the way that I learned how to do the trading. I think the other brokers also had told him that I had helped them because I would like intuitively read the stock energy. Now, I don't dabble in the stock anymore. I haven't in many years. I'm sure if I was to go back, I'll probably be the same way. But I just don't have that desire to dabble in it anymore. I'm gonna allow Spirit to show me. And if Spirit shows me to go that way, then I'll do it. That's crazy because I have been having dreams about the brokers that used to work there who passed away. They always showing up in my dreams. And so I just be like, well, what stock you want me to buy? Like, I wake up like, okay, they didn't tell me no stock. Like, did they show me any signs and symbols and stuff like that? They didn't. But one of them, they did show me one, and I did purchase some. I think I purchased like 100 shares or whatever. And so I'm just gonna let it sit there and just, you know, let whatever happens, okay? But I'm not trying to like trade and do this and do that with it. And so that was one thing. And so in my dream, he came to me in my dream. And so I think I was cooking and I was just moving around the house, and he gave me an envelope. And when a white envelope, and when I looked in the envelope, it was $3,000 cash, and it was a check for like $57,000. And I was like, whoa, like, thank you, oh my gosh. And then he asked me, he said, are you still living around here? And I said, no, I moved out of town. And then he said, good for you, right? And so then he was telling me that he had got a new place, and he said he just there for a little while. Now, I was in my mid-20s when I knew this man, and he was in his 60s then. So I'm 49 now, so I could imagine he had passed away, or he just passed away and was coming to let me know, okay, I don't, you know. And so it was just really amazing how that dream was. And I was like, wow, I woke up remembering it. And I was just like, wow, Spirit, like, that's amazing. So that just let me know that you guys are unlocking your root chakra. It's like you are finding a sense of safety within yourself, okay? You are coming home within yourself. You are being more grounded, more centered within yourself. You are not looking outside of you for confirmation of your authority, okay? You're looking within yourself, okay? You are establishing 444 on my timer. You are establishing a sense of income within you, okay? And you're gonna watch it. You're gonna watch the outcome of that expand in your outside reality. That's exactly how Spirit just showed me. Okay, and so that's what's happening for you all. Okay, so congratulations, because you know you worked hard for it with the healing that you've done. And also I heard like, not like a showdown, but it's like I saw that someone had faced the energy that formed it. Okay, and so I saw that someone faced the energy that formed it. So what I'm trying to say is, the energy like came back around to test you, to see if you were going to go. This kind of felt like a religious energy, right? And so maybe you and this particular energy had a similar religious background, right? And you may have broke off and start, you know, on your spiritual journey, right? And so maybe this energy had always stayed religious and was kind of like, you know, low-key bashing you while you are loving on this energy, while you are, and this energy is within someone. It could have been, or it could have been the energy within you, right? And so it's just like, and then it's funny because I'm watching Misery, and Misery loves company, right? Remember how Paul was a book writer and she tried to make him hers. She tried to inflict her sociopath energy onto her, right? Onto him, right? And so what this feels like, that orphan energy, like what Spirit just showed me, how like most orphans, when they belong to like homes, they make them like very religious people, or very religious. Back in those days, it's past life energy. It could have been stemmed from that. Okay, and so this felt like you still had communication with this energy within you, okay? And it didn't have to be within you, right? Okay, but you still was clearing. Okay, thank you, Spirit. You were clearing this energy from out of you, right? And this energy had to form outside of you in order for you to fully step into your power, because you were too close to the energy, right? It's like you grew up with this energy, right? Because it was imprinted on you, right? All of it is imprinted, right? And so you grew up with this energy, right? This energy was imprinted on you, and so you really couldn't see the little subtle difference that sets you apart, right? And then Spirit came in and brought in the tower moment that set you apart, okay? And it's like your inner child was like, thank you for rescuing me. That's another thing, this orphan child, right? Persecution and inquisition, you could have been that energy, right? Like you can only worship the God of the Bible, okay? Anything else you worship is wrong, right? The energy of, you know, how people be like, Jesus, we gotta pray to Jesus, worship Jesus. And Jesus often said in all of his books, like, do not worship me, right? You will do greater things than I have, right? And we talking about the New Testament, right? That Christ consciousness, that all of the Old Testament spoke about this coming, right? And so that's what we're talking about, right? And so you could have like confronted this energy. Like you could have had a showdown with this energy. This energy could have appeared in your outside reality, and you had to like lovingly tell them, put them in their place. And this is the energy I spoke about a while ago, okay? And so this energy feels like I was saying, like, man, Spirit, give me the words. So say for instance, it could have been a best friend, right? I'm just using this as an example, right? Or it could have been an institute or something, right? Thank you, Spirit. On MGM, Stephen King has a program on there called The Institute. I tried to watch episode 1. I started getting triggered because it shows how they take children with gifts and who kind of know they have gifts, right? And then they kidnap them and they use them for their own good. They use them for their own services, and then once they're done using them and testing their abilities, they send them back out into the world, wipe their memories, to where these children are traumatized and can't really function in society, right? It happens every effing day. And so I watched the first episode and I was kind of like, you know, triggered a little bit. And so this is what this feels like, right? This feels like spirit, like the persecution and inquisition energy. This feels like religious energy. And so this is how spirit is showing me, like, you and this person could have the same similar views about the Bible, right? But you understand the Bible differently because spirit raised you in the Bible, not man, right? And so this person could have came to you trying to dump on to you, we are born in sin, right? And you could have just been like, hold on, we're not born in sin, we're born gifted. The only reason that we're born in sin is because the parent that we are born into still has a wound, and they dump their wound into us. That's how we are born into sin. You could have told this person that, or you could have said something similar to that, right? And then you could have said, like, you could have got down with him about Ascended Master Yeshua when he says, suffer not the little children, for they are closest to me than you are, right? You could have said that to them. I don't know why I feel like, because in a previous, like, a couple of years ago, I had to get down with somebody like this. So that's why Spirit is giving me the vision. I had to go there, not in a negative way. I just was like, no, you know, I was just letting them know. And then I even told the person, I said, just like you're talking about your child, you see how you are breeding your child to be, talking down to them, disrespecting them, that is their sin, because you are placing that upon your child. And that person just looked at me, right? And they just got quiet, like, and then the conversation was over. And so they tried to mention something else, and I was like, I'm not finna argue with you about this. I said, I'm not finna argue with you about this, because there wasn't no point in arguing. It was just me taking a stance for my inner child. And I said, if you believe you are born in sin, that can be your reality. And I said, but I do not consent to that energy any longer. That's exactly what I told this person. I said, I do not consent to that energy anymore. And I said, neither does my grandchildren, or neither do my children. We were born pure, and we are still pure, right? And so and then I lovingly told this person, okay, goodbye, I love you, and that was that. And so it's just like, you are not going to argue with this person, you know, feel the same way about this person the way this person felt about you, right? You're not here to do that. Too many religious wars has been wiped out, generations and families, because of this religious war, right? And so it's just like, you're not here to be that. You're not here to do that, right? Okay. That's something that came up. It's like you battled, like, whatever that was, like, and good for you. We have angels here, cosmic, communal living, okay? So you battled that energy, and good for you, okay? Because that's what I heard. Like, you took down something, someone. This could have been a, you know, I don't know, but your inner child is like, thank you, okay? Your inner child is grateful, okay? And so we have Father, okay? So you could have grew up in a type of family to where a father figure could have been a priest, okay? But I'm gonna get some more on that. We have health, we have Asia, we have angels, and we have galactic, okay? Let's see, what's Father Spirit? We have vows. Can I make that up? Forgiveness, okay? We have health. What's health, Spirit? Thank you. Arts. You could be a person that, in the past life, you could have been a person that knew about health, okay? You could have been a person that knew that sound bowls you know, helped heal, okay? Trust and faith, okay? You could have been that type of person and you believed it, okay? And you could have been exiled, persecution, inquisition, okay? You could have been burned at the stake for this, okay? What is this Asia energy spirit? What is this Asia energy spirit? Not my energy spirit, the energy of the collectives. Thank you. Egypt and Asia. And you know, the Egyptians, they did work with sound bowls. They knew it healed the body. They knew that the body was its own vibrational frequency. Okay, they knew that the soul was a vibrational frequency. What's angel spirit? Love life, okay? And you, yeah, you, man, what's galactic? Okay, it's like you, man, like you always spoke love. You always preached love in a past life, okay? And you could have been persecuted for this. What's galactic spirit? Unrequited love and wisdom, okay? Communal living and forgiveness is here again. So unrequited love, and that's that energy I was talking about how you loved unconditional, right? But it was met with unrequited love, right? It was met with resistance, right? Because you knew of the stars, you knew how the sun, the other planets rotated around the sun, right? You knew within you that the sun was within you, which is your soul, and you knew that the planets rotated around it, and you could have been met with unrequited love, okay? Your wisdom, okay? It's just some things that you knew, you downloaded from the angels, okay? You knew about universal love, okay? Like you love people unconditionally, right? In a past life, okay? And you could have been persecuted for this. You could have been burned at the stake for this. But this lifetime, you are here to free yourself from this energy, okay? Spirit said if you are feeling like you're not safe in your body, like keep reminding yourself, I am safe in my body. You could be experiencing like, I don't know, like body pings. They didn't say pain, they say pings, okay? And we have forgiveness and persecution and inquisition right out here again, and lessons and blessings, okay? So you're here, and scribe and writer, okay, and phobias. You were here to clear this phobia, okay, that was placed on you. Other people's phobias, okay? You are here to clear the program, okay? Medicine man or woman, right? And so we have indigenous, Asian, and Egyptian tribes out here, okay? And Atlantis, okay? Trust and faith. Your angels are helping you clear this. They were with you last lifetime. You are a high priestess, okay? And you are here to heal your finances, okay? Because you may have worked for free the last lifetime, so you may have that block on you, okay? So that's something that's being cleared from you this lifetime. So it's like you done been through the storm, baby, okay? And all of that stuff is being cleared from you, okay? So welcome it in. This is this 888 Lionsgate portal that's coming in, okay? Florida water, natural form, enchanted potion, rose, red rose, and clearing. The rose could be very significant, okay? Spirit is asking you to be a peaceful warrior, a peaceful lover at this time, because you may have sacred rage. The Florida water came back out. You may have sacred rage. You could be using a cleansing with your cleansing your body. Look at the crown, okay? Let me read this, because I get downloads and I be writing on here the downloads that I get. And it says, give yourself grace. Give yourself whatever, I'm sorry, I can't read it because, give yourself grace and give yourself whatever you want. Give yourself what you needed as a child, okay? Spirit or higher self, confirmation, inner child is safe to be seen. Inner child, look at this baby rat and the mama, okay? Benefactor, okay? Look at the crown. Like, this is your higher self, okay? Standing up for your inner child. Like, come on, baby, I got you, okay? And it's just like, you don't have to hide your gifts, okay? And it's just like you don't have to prove anything to anyone. Okay, you go within and you get confirmation from spirit. Look, root girl, this, and I was saying you could be working on your root chakra at this time. Okay, this is exactly what this feels like. Cause I'm fired up about it, because for far too long we've been in that space to where we've been held down. Okay, we've been shackled, we've been chained, we've been bound. Okay, no more are we standing for this anymore. Okay, even like I do this to my grandkids. Absolutely not. You are not put your views on them. They are beautiful golden children. I be getting down on my oldest son. He be, Mom, you're always taking his hat. Okay, and I would tell him, you know, I would apologize to him when I would have these realizations. 4, 5, 6 years ago, I would call him crying, apologize, like, I'm so sorry, I shouldn't have raised you that way. I should have did this to you, I should have did that. And so you ain't never finna be, we ain't keeping that generation going. We ain't, no, that when that shit hit me, when my awakening started, baby, it was all she worked, okay? Period. Spellbound, soul alignment, release, and protection, okay? So this is what you are experiencing, right? Whew. I say, all of my readings are timeless. When you get it, this will be a confirmation, okay? Or this could happen like a few days after, okay? But this is just confirmation to those of you all who probably experienced that video I put up a while ago talking about this energy, okay? Spirit said you didn't do anything wrong because you checked yourself over and over and over again, okay? And that's what I did about 5 years ago when I ran into somebody like that. I kept checking myself, like checking with myself to see, was I wrong? To see, did I say anything wrong? To see, was I in a space of wrong? And Spirit was like, you're doing it again. You're doing it again. You're not validating your inner child. And it says your higher self just spoke up for you, and you are invalidating your inner child. And I was just like, whoa. And I felt this hex breaker energy. I promise you, I should have said that. 2202. I felt this hex breaker energy. I cannot make this up. Hex breaker, sound healing. Sound healing. And we have this sound healing right here. Final goodbyes, release. You are releasing that energy from you, okay? 1111, you all could be saying, okay? You are exiting this timeline, okay? You are now free to move around the country. Bing! Wisp. Will or wisp, treasures hidden in the shadows, period. You face the shadow, and it's like you activated that, okay? You definitely did, and good for you, and good on you. I'm here to validate you. Right action. Letting that shit go. What I say. I cannot make this up. Thank you, Spirit, for being here, because I was a little nervous. I'm like, wait a minute, do you adaptability, okay? Number 64, curiosity, mirror magic, lunar light, past lives, spectrum, self-care. I cannot make this up, okay? And that's what it felt like. It felt like you faced the thing that was in you. You faced the thing, like it had to present itself outside of you in order for you to face it. So you can see exactly what it is. And you were like, oh, it could have been like a judgment you had against yourself with practicing your spirituality. And I think I said that too in a previous reading. Like, even like when you would try to meditate, you would probably hear this person's voice or a preacher's voice or something within you that was kind of blocking you, making you second guess yourself, right? And that's the energy that you broke, okay? That's the curse that you broke, okay? Woodwise, adaptability, okay? Be adaptable to this new change, okay? Curiosity, the stranger, okay? You could be getting a new guide, Spirit is saying, okay? I feel this energy shooting on my back. That's why I say I'm feeling, I'm fired up. You could be getting a new guide, okay? This earth, yes, this root chakra guide. You have a guide. It's designed specifically for your root chakra. This guide is here right now. to show you how to be in a present moment right here, right now, okay? This guide is here to show you what it looks like to be present, what it feels like to be present, okay? This is what this guide is here to do, okay? This guy could be a fairy, okay? This guy could appear as many things. It even can appear as a human form, okay? That can manifest outside of you, because we have stranger and curiosity, okay? It could be a past ancestor that could be manifested in human form. 4 and 6 is 10, okay? So this guide is going to help you, okay? The golden children, what I say? Inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. This is just confirming everything I just said, okay? And you know, starseeds is just another word, okay, for your inner child, okay? This is just something that I say, okay? Everybody is different, okay? But starseed is just a fancy word for your inner child, okay? Your soul, I'm sorry. No, your inner child. A starseed is your soul's personality, okay? That's what a starseed is. What is the spirit? I'm gonna take those. You are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. You have a new community coming in, okay? You are not alone. And listen to the lady on Misery. She going off because Paul told her he can't write on the paper. And then she hit his mangled legs with a whole ream of paper because he said he ain't used to typing on his paper. And she just went off on him, told him that he was inconsistent, he was not appreciative, ungrateful. You could have experienced that as a child, okay? And you could have felt like you were too much, or when you asked for something, it was too much, okay? And I feel like that's something that you took out today. A new earth is happening. Keep holding the vision. And that's what I said. You've been elevated. Lost lands, okay? Soul, memories, and gifts. You've done this before, period. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. So be kind to yourself at this time, okay? Activated earth, okay? Power lines, power places, ley lines. Trust where you are led, okay? Earth pulsating. Pulse of the mother, slow down time and nature. And this is what I was saying, like with adaptability and woodwise adaptability, right? You are being shown how to ground yourself in this new earth, okay? And so it's like, yeah, you already lined up your chakras for this past earth. Now it's time for you to line up your chakras again for this new earth that we are entering, okay? So it's like now you're doing it all over again, but not really, right? You're not facing the same obstacles as you were facing. Now this time you are tearing down the rest of the barriers, okay? How do you say that, spirit? You are walking through doors. Okay, it's like you went through unlocking the doors, 2828, right? You just went through unlocking the doors. You just unlocked all the doors. Now you are walking through the doors, okay? You are walking through the doors of this new earth. Look, the hero, you just did this, boo. You just, whoever you are, sir or madam, you spoke your voice, okay? You just did this, okay? Whatever stormy road that was, baby, what you say, peace be still. Peace be still. And so you just spoke it like it was. You understood Ascended Master Yeshua assignment. Okay? You understood its assignment, period. Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm trying to put my bandage on my leg. You understood its assignment. That's just what it is. You understood the assignment. And a lot of people are having a hard time understanding the assignment because they're still in the program. And it's okay. And it's like, I honor your program. And that's what I told the lady. I said, I honor your program, and that's where you want to be. And I honor mine, and this is where I need to be. And that's when I knew that You know, we were all on different paths. I knew that then was like, everybody is here to do their own separate thing. And it was nothing else for me to judge about nobody no more. I just let it go. Well, spirits, get a few more. Like your integrity, okay? Fire energy, period. Meditate. Spirits asking you to meditate at this time. Like you have the shift, period. You have a different form of integrity. You have boundaries because you learn how to put up some boundaries. And if you feel like you're judging yourself, because I feel a little bit of inner judgment coming in while I'm reading this. Tell yourself that's the program. Tell yourself that is the program. That is not of the spirit, okay? As I said, that is the program, okay? That is not of the spirit. That is the program. Tell yourself that. Like, be the parent that you needed for yourself as a child. Like, look at yourself from, I cannot make this up, being grounded in a new home. Grounded in this new earth frequency, your heart chakra space, right? Can I make this up? And so you know how, like, what I'm doing right now for my inner child, like for my inner preteen with my leg thing, my leg issue. When she starts getting fearful, I would, you know, tell her it's okay. This is the body healing. This fluid that's draining, let it drain. Like it is releasing infection from you. Everything that has been pent up in you, all of the old wounds, all of the lies, the hurt, the shame, the deceit is being released from you right now. And so I do that for her, right? I look at myself as the higher self of the version of me that is not experiencing this experience of the leg over again. Because remember, I got hit by a car when I was 12 and I had like 13 surgeries, right? And so this leg is very traumatic. So that version of me, right, is fragmented, right? And so it's just like, hey, like, what is this? Like, what's going on here? And so I am reassuring her. I am re-nurturing her. I am being for her what, you know, my mom didn't get a chance to be for me because my mom passed away when I was 13. So I am doing that, okay? What else, Spirit? The key. What y'all out here doing? Fucking shit up. What y'all seen Step Brothers? When he was like, we're being interviewed together and we're here to fuck shit up. This is what y'all doing. It's you and your inner child. 3303 on my timer. This is what y'all here to do. Unlocking keys. Y'all said, y'all told this earth, then your spirit guides right with you, dancing the dance. Your ancestors are doing the jig, okay? Because they are so happy you did this, okay? And so they're like, yeah. Yeah, they like you did it, okay? You said it, you did it. And ain't no need to dwell on it. And then it's like, once after that happened, okay, courage, okay? And then we have with this full moon, you're gonna come into something like, I don't know, this new power or this new energetic clearing. You're gonna feel it on the new moon. It's my battery, and the time was 33:44. Okay, you're gonna feel it on the new moon. What was you finna say, Spirit? Dang. You have a mother here, okay? It's like you're off that karmic path. You're no longer on that karmic path. You took your children off that karmic path. You took your inner child off that karmic path. Okay? 3414. You like, come on, let's go. 888 out here, okay? What you saying, Spirit? Dang. Spirit be funny. So I missed it. It came in and then it came back out. Messages. We have tree, and then we have musician. So You could have liked to music, okay? You may write music, okay? There may be messages in music, so pay attention to that, okay? Tree Mother is here, okay? I'm feeling that also. I cannot. Communication. Look at the crows. You could be hearing crows, and you definitely just freed your spirit. Yes, you are the rebel. You are the one that your bloodline called for. We have passion and we have courage. You are the one. Okay, then we have fire. God, this feels like divine masculine, that passionate energy, King of Wands energy. Okay, you did it. Okay, and so let me get a little bit of tarot because I'm so proud of you. Oh, what was I saying about? Okay, so yeah. And so when me and this lady had a powwow, and it wasn't even really a powwow. It's just that I wasn't going to allow her. I wasn't going to agree to her shenanigans, right? Because if you agree to somebody's shit, that means you are reassigning yourself that same soul, that same mission over again, right? And so I wasn't going to agree to her shenanigans. And so I kind of had like that sacred rage, right? And then I asked Spirit, I said, why am I feeling enraged, right? After I stopped talking to them. And it was the energy was still lingering. And so Spirit said, that's because the version of you that they planted in you is upset. We have death here. Spirit said that's why you're feeling that way, because that version of you that they made you to be is upset. And Spirit said you have two options. Either you can condemn them the way they did you, or you can turn your cheek and just speak love to them. And that's sacred love, right? And that's exactly what I did. That sacred love, right? That sacred heart love, that Christ consciousness love, right? Period. What is the message, Spirit? What is the message? What's the message, Spirit? Let's get some tarot. Like love. That's the only, and when I did that, the energy dissipated. The Page of Pentacles, good news, monetary matters. Okay, setting goals, ambition, consistency, grounded. What did I just say? Young person, loyal, faithful, dependable, inner power, illumination, intuition. Okay, pay attention to that. Okay, man, that's beautiful, guys. I promise you that's beautiful, because I felt that money energy. I heard boom, big money jostling. Your man could be jostling, don't have to be. What's the energy, Spirit? Tower moment. Like I said, you could have had a tower, but this tower was divinely guided. What's tower, Spirit? What's the tower? King of Pentacles. I feel like whoever wait, I'm gonna get some more. What's the tower, Spirit? I guess you like the King of Pentacles. I guess the King of Pentacles. How do you want me to say this? Balance. And so, oh, so your inner child is more balanced. Your inner child is more in its king of, it's in with its divine masculine. Okay, it's like your inner child just upgraded. Okay, balance, communication, change, right? The Three of Wands. Okay, the Four of, but this was in reverse, right? Because you're no longer seeing yourself as not being steady, sturdy. You're no longer seeing yourself through emotional illusion, okay? Because you got the victory, okay? 911, Archangel Michael, okay? Look, Spirit is moving you away, and the Wheel of Fortune, period. And then, as I said this, calmer waters you go, okay? Can I make this up? The Hierophant is here, the Two of Cups. So this is something that you don't know, okay? But I also feel like you could have, like whoever or whatever you told whoever you put in a place. This could have been about your child, okay? Because we don't play about our kids. I know I don't. And so you could have put a school in their place about your child, okay? You could have told the school off. Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. You could have told the school off, like, you won't do it to mass, okay? You can do yours. You probably decided to I don't know, transfer your child's school. Don't have to be, okay? It's just the energy that's coming through, okay? The Six of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. This even give and take, okay? This is how you're treating yourself now. This is how you're going to be treating others. Charity, gifts, donations, grants, scholarships, okay? And then the Nine of Cups. Fulfillment, fruition, contentment. You're very happy with yourself. You're going to be happy when this energy does what it needs to do. So, good for you, okay? Good for effing you. I'm so proud of you. You did exactly what you needed to do, childhood. You showed up for yourself, okay? You showed up for yourself, and your ancestors are proud, like the strength. Like you did it perfectly, okay? You did it perfectly. So that's the message. I hope it made sense. I hope this message finds who it needs to find, okay? I hope this message reaches someone who's looking for some clarity if they did the right thing, okay? And, you know, I ain't gonna say it like that, but if you even had to cuss an MF out, I ain't have to do that, okay? But because that would have been putting me back into my old ways, because I'm Peaches. You ain't gonna talk to me any type of way. I was that type of person because I was raised that way. That's how I was bred, okay? I was bred that sassiness, that, because I had to always defend myself as a kid, okay? So that was my breeding, okay? And so I didn't choose that same way. I chose to speak with soft voice, with kindness, and with love. That was my demeanor throughout the conversation with this person. And I guess they was expecting me to go off or something. And I don't even think they was really listening, because the whole time they were just talking. I don't even think they was understanding what I was saying. To be honest, it just was like, I don't know, it was so confusing. But this was a long time ago, so I don't know. But namaste, high priest, the high priest, okay? No more of that persecuting yourself, okay? No more not loving on your higher self, unrequited love, okay? You are pouring into yourself, right? You've cleared that from yourself. You deserve it, okay? You come from the stars, okay? You are galactic. Don't never let nobody take that away from you, okay? I am proud of you. Your guides are proud of you, okay? It took a lot of courage, a lot of guts to do what you did. And to continue to do what you are doing. The healing that you are putting into yourself, okay? The releasing, the unconditional love that you are sending out to people, even when people don't reciprocate it, and you still can stand in your authenticity and love somebody. Even when it hurts, and you still love them, but you love them from a distance. Even when they take shit from you and you surprised that, you know, I would have gave you anything, right? 4333, right? And it hurts, but you still turn the cheek and love them unconditionally, right? That's that type of healing that, man, only true warriors go through, okay? That's that, looking at the way, you know, your community is, right? And deciding that you will not send your child out into this world for it to be institutionalized the way the world institutionalized us, the way my home institutionalized me, right? It's that sacred flame of the passion, thank you, Spirit, that you have within yourself, that you know more, that no more energy. This is what this feels like. This is like, F you. Give me my goddamn kid, and I'm gonna do it, right? Me and Spirit gonna do it. This is what this feels like. This feels like you know more. Temperance, okay? Angels with you. You know more no longer, okay, are running off old programs anymore. Okay, this is what this feels like. You're not doing that anymore. You're not doing that to yourself. You're not doing that to your children. You're not doing that to your grandchildren. Okay, you took a stand. You stood up. Okay, you took that chance on yourself. Okay, and it is paying off. Okay, it has paid off. So whenever you know, like I said, I'm here to validate you. If you hadn't experienced this yet, maybe this is not your reading, okay? I'm here to validate. I don't tell you nothing that you don't already know. If this message does not resonate with you, okay, that means you haven't done it yet, okay? I'm here to validate you. I'm here to help you to see, like, if you can pinpoint it in yourself what needs to be healed, right? Because I've released it from me, and then I come on here and I talk to you all about it, right? And if you can see it without struggling or fighting with it, okay, then you're ready to release it, okay? Always remember that when you are watching these tarots, okay, your right hand could be itching, okay? Always remember that when you are watching tarot, okay? If it doesn't, what O.J. Simpson say, the glove don't fit, you must quit. So if these readings are not resonating with you, because it is not for you, okay? Tarot readings should confirm you, okay? Tarot readings should make, if you go in there and you listen to for some guidance on probably what you need to clear or what you're healing, so you can recognize it, right? And then you're like, oh, okay, I see what that is. And then you're able to clear it. That's how you know you were led and you were guided there, okay? But if not, then if the reading, the message was not for you, okay? I always try to, give you all some knowledge to help, you navigate this social media realm. Listen to her hollering. He didn't get out of the cock-a-doodle car. You all could have grew up around sociopaths, narcissism, okay? You could have cleared that narcissistic energy in you, and you probably seen a little bit in yourself, okay? Seeing how you were. But let me tell you this. This is how I knew I wasn't a narcissist. I asked myself. I said, damn, am I a narcissist? 4, 5, 6, 7. I kept asking myself every time that I would talk to someone about their behavior about me or about something that I was experiencing, and I would leave the experience asking, was I a narcissist? Narcissist people don't do that. They don't question what they do. They just do it and automatically think that they're right. I constantly questioned myself. I constantly wrote down I would play back in my mind the conversations that I had with somebody to see if I had narcissistic traits. That was something that I would do often. So that's how you know you're not a narcissist, because you're asking that question, am I a narcissist? Narcissists don't care. And that's essentially an energy, right? An energy of, I don't know how to say that, spirit. Like, I'm probably do a whole nother video about that, because spirit wants to get out of dropping labels, out of dropping faces from energy, so that you're able to recognize and feel the energy. And so that's something I've been doing with spirit for the past year, okay? Yeah. And so that's pretty good. That helps me with forgiveness, because I no longer see the person. I recognize the energy. And so I don't hold no quarrels against the person. I just see the energy. I recognize it. And so I'll be able to see it again in somebody else, because I'm familiar with the energy, right? You know the energy name. That's how you can get it out of your life, right? Remember on The Conjuring, when Lorraine was searching her mental space, because she had a dream that the energy revealed itself to her, and she had to go back into her Bible, because the energy wrote its name in the Bible. Facts. That closet door just closed or open, and she had to go see, like, let me see, and it told her its name. It told her its name. And she called it out, called its name, and it, looking crazy and stuff, right? But that is the message. I hope it made sense. Namaste. Bye.